Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Do I look a little crazy? I'm thinking I do. If you can't tell, which I'm sure you can, I did my eye makeup in two different ways right now for this video because instead of just talking about it, I think it's way more effective to physically show the difference. Cat had a hairball. I was gonna film this yesterday in between looking at apartments and editing, but literally that video that I put up yesterday about the brushes, trying to get all that information to slide in and out and like reveal itself in a timer and space out, it took me so long to make it all even, so I did not get a chance to film this yesterday. So in this video, I'm going to try on a few different pairs of eyelashes, and I'm going to show you how dramatically it can change your eyeshadow look. Whether you're going for a more cat eye look, or if you want more of a dolly look, more of the attention to be on the center of your eye to give it a wider appearance. As always, I will leave markers below because, again, I know my videos are a little long. So if you guys want to skip to just application and you don't want to hear all the rest of this stuff, those markers will be below. I wanted to do my eye makeup in a very kind of neutral and what I would consider daytime appropriate, because I feel like that's the majority of the time, you know. I sat down, and since it's Saturday and I'm just kind of like relaxing around, I thought, ooh, I want to play with some of my rust pigments and things, and then I thought, that might not be very realistic. So first, let's go over the supplies you'll need if you're going to follow along with this tutorial for application. First, obviously, you're gonna need whatever pair of eyelashes you wanna use. You're gonna need a small pair of scissors. You're going to need your adhesive of choice and an application utensil. I prefer tweezers normally, but I'm also gonna show you guys a few different eyelash applicators as well. You're also going to need a liquid or gel liner. Okay, so if you can see on this eye, I did kind of like a little bit of a cut crease cat eye, and on this one, I did more of like that halo spotlight effect where I had darker colors on the outside and on the inside, and then a lighter shimmery color in the middle. Am I making you guys dizzy? Because I kind of feel a little dizzy. Okay, now this is an important step that I never really used to do before because if you guys remember me saying, I find a lot of eyelash curlers a torture device on my hooded eyes. They always used to pinch. So this is my Shoot Umora eyelash curler. This is only $19, not only, but I mean, I feel like that's right around what most eyelash curlers are, and this one is the best in my mind. So you want to curl your lashes, but not so intense at the base. Like if you have already long eyelashes, I don't know why you would be wearing eyelashes, but I guess maybe if you want that uniform look. If you curl them really high at the base and that causes them to flip completely up, you're gonna have a challenge trying to stick the eyelash band close enough to your own natural lash line because of that curve. So be careful with that, but you do want to make sure that your natural lashes are going to help blend in with the falsies. You don't want your lashes, like mine are short and straight, so you don't want your lashes to stick out straight while the other ones are curling up, if you get what I mean. So I have not done this step yet. Another step I have not done, which I feel like is very important, is to tightline your eye. I don't like pulling on my eye, it scares me. So tightlining is this color, the wet part of the inside of your eyelid. If you can see pink in that, you're gonna be able to tell that there's almost like a gap between the dark lashes and then your own eyelid. So I just do the same, I use the same thing all the time. I just swirl it around in this gel, and then I go on and I open my eyes wide and I just look kind of down. On the third floor of my building, there's a dog park, and I swear to God, it's always like a Cujo dog fight at least twice a day. See, now we don't see any light pink there. In the spirit of full disclosure, I do, again, as I've stated a few times, one of the brands I represent is American International, and underneath that brand is Ardell Eyelashes. A couple of these things, two of these things I'm going to show you guys. I was sent as part of my samples to show my customers. I'm going to kind of show them in this video too. And the rest of these things I have purchased. Obviously, I'm not sponsored. I cannot sell you guys anything. That's not what I'm here to try to do. I can only sell on very, very large, like tens of thousands of dollars scale at palettes of like 17,000 eyelashes. So I was a longtime user of Ardell before I ever worked for the company I'm with now. I find them the most easily accessible because you can just pick them up at any drugstore, Walmart, Target. We do have more of like a retail lash and then another professional lash. So sometimes you'll notice a packaging change. So now while I talk about the lash styles, I'm gonna zoom out a little and then we'll start trying some on. My all-time favorite everyday go-to lashes are the Ardell Whispies. Not the Demi Wispies. These are available in multi-packs like this, which saves you a little bit of money. The Demis are shorter on the inside here, and then they gradually get longer. I actually bought a pack when I was up in Tahoe because like an idiot I didn't pack any eyelashes, and there were 2 pairs in this kit, but I wore them, so I don't have them. I suck. Sorry about that. But again, that's the difference between the Demi Wispies and the regular Wispies. I prefer the Wispies because I like they're slightly more dramatic than the Demis. The Demi and the regular Wispies are the most natural lashes I ever wear, and I think that they are excellent beginner lashes, particularly the Demi Wispies. If you're trying to condition yourself to get used to seeing yourself in lashes and others, because if you never wear them, like when I don't wear eyelashes, people all think I'm sick. They're like, oh my God, are you okay? You don't look well. I'm like, because I look like a baby seal without eyelashes. Because, you know, I feel like I spend my life ripping hair off my body where I don't want it and adding it back to where I do want it. Like, I don't want any hair from like basically here down. But I want longer eyelashes and thicker hair. First world problems, right? That's for sure. If that's my biggest problem, life is good. The reason I love these as well is because the band is clear. So if you are having problems placing them really close to your lash line, it's gonna be harder to see. You're not gonna see like a thick black line going over. They're also very flexible, so it doesn't make it so they're not gonna be popping up on your inside piece. These are nice. I typically put my eyelashes on with tweezers. Now I will tell you, for those without a steady hand or if you're getting used to it, it is not a very intelligent idea to be using something pointy directly at your eye, especially if you're not in a stable environment. Like, don't put your eyelashes on in the car with pointy tweezers. That's not a good idea. Or if you have a little kid sitting on your lap or a dog, all it takes is one jump up to hit your hand. I bought these 3 appliances for putting lashes on Amazon based on reviews, and the overall shape seemed interesting to me. I can tell you this Mijas pair I bought is a piece of crap. It's terrible. These are more like pointy tweezers and you can't really shut them, and then it only shuts right at the edge there. You see that? It's like not very easy. Really hard to pinch it. It has a spot on the back that's like more of a pointy tweezer for individual lashes. It says it's a piece of garbage, which I'm kind of glad it's a piece of garbage because I represent Tweezerman and Mijas is our competitor. I'm not saying this because of that. That just sucks. I don't like it. The 2 I find, these are awesome. These are just kind of like no-name brands. This one is called Georgie Beauty, which I will link below. I found these on Amazon, very affordable. And then this one has more of a curve to it. See that? I'm going to demo both of them so you can see. Again, this is going to be personal preference, however you prefer. So first things first, I find it very beneficial to use tweezers to actually remove lashes from a case. That's also because I've been doing it for so long. If you go in with tweezers like this and you rip really hard, you're going to risk either bending the lash or ripping some of the lash out. So the proper way, and the way I take mink lashes out actually, because I don't want to lose any of those, is use your thumb, put your thumb directly on the pressure on this piece, and then you can just peel forward like this. Do you see? Push, push. And then the lash comes right off. Like that. And then you haven't damaged it, you haven't bent it, nothing like that. Now, if you see for some of this, in manufacturing, a lot of these lashes, when they're getting stuck to the tray, see that little, can you see that? No. It can have glue still attached to them. It has to have adhesive in there to stick to the tray for sale and display purposes. So you're gonna wanna remove that. First thing I'll do is I'll just take a tweezer. Now hold these tight between your fingers like this, as close to the band as you can. And I'll just take my tweezer and peel off any chunk of glue if there is one on there. There's not always, but in case there is, just so you don't have something irritating and poking you in the eye the whole time. Just realized I took off the wrong one for the eye I wanna do. So Let me go on the other one. So first appliance I'm gonna demo is this black one. So what you wanna do, just hold your lash and pick it up like this. You're gonna measure it first, okay? What you wanna do is place the front corner, this front piece right here, closest to where your own lashes start on that inside piece. And then you can see how much longer the lash is if you need to trim it. So this particular lash fits me perfectly, and that's another reason why I like the Ardells. I will demo one that I will have to cut so you guys can see how to do that. Now there are many different adhesives on the market, many different brands. Again, my favorite are the Duo. Tried the House of Lashes. I've tried a million different glues. I hated this House of Lashes. The people that swear by it, I don't understand it. This little brush, I have a hard time getting the glue on the band, and then it's just really like this iridescent, I don't know, it just doesn't work well. There are two different kinds of Duo adhesive. There's the regular Duo, and then there's a surgical adhesive that's a waterproof one as well. Then we have the dark one, and the Sephora has an exclusive to this large size tube. Otherwise, it's going to be a smaller one that you can find anywhere else. We also have a brush-on one that's latex free that comes with this green if you do like brush-on adhesives. Again, I don't really care for brush-on adhesives. The only thing I use these for is I carry it with me in my bag in case an eyelash pops up or something and I need to just like go in there and pick up the piece and put it down. And we also have a new one that we just recently launched that is a black adhesive. So some people prefer dark adhesives because it'll blend in if you see kind of chunks in it. I find if you are not like intermediate to expert level on eyelashes, you should steer clear of the dark, because if you accidentally touch it to your eyelid while you're trying to like replace it down, the glue is going to leave a gray mark when it dries, and then you're going to have to try to pick it off. So I think the clear is the best way to go. And if you buy them in these little kits like this, you actually get a little plastic applicator and a little mini glue. And I actually picked this up at CVS up in Tahoe, but I know Walgreens has them. That's handled out of our mass retail division. Again, I have no part of that. I feel like there are two parts of wearing eyelashes that are the most important. Number one is sizing it to your eye. If you just take out a pair of lashes and you stick it right on your eye and it's too long, the back is gonna scratch every time you blink. The front corner is gonna scratch you. It's gonna feel like you have a piece of sand in your eye. It's going to drive you insane. The other trick is when you put the glue on, you have to leave your lashes sitting for about 45 seconds to a minute before it starts to dry down and get kind of tacky. Because if you go right in with the glue until it's kind of starting to dry, it's going to slide all over your eye. It's going to be a mess. The way that we advise people to use the glue is to squeeze it on something and then drag the lash through there. I don't like doing it like that. I think it's because I've been wearing them for so long. I like to put it directly on the lash. So do whatever you prefer. I do find, I mean, you don't want to squeeze it just directly out like that because you will likely squeeze too much out. So I'm going to show you how I do this. I've been wearing my dark one. So I'm going to squeeze this glue up, and then I'm going to turn it around once it's already up, and I'm going to drag my lash band around it. Make sure you get it all the way to the corner, because again, if it starts raising up, you're gonna go nuts. And I'm just gonna place it down on my table. I'm gonna give it 45 seconds and I'll be right back. Okay guys, it's been 45 seconds. So now I'm just gonna grab these lashes with these tweezers. I really like this because of the bend in there. Grab them as close to this glue like this as I can. It's good to anchor your hand on somewhere. So here I'm going to do it right on my forehead, and I'm going to place the middle of the band on the middle of my eye, like that. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfectly placed down the first time. I'm going to grab the end and I'm going to touch it to the back part of my lashes. And take your time when you're doing this when you're new. It's going to take a while to get comfortable doing this, okay? Then I'm going to take the front piece and I'm going to touch it to the front. Now, you're going to probably likely have some gaps where it's not touching there. So, okay, I'm not going to use a pointy part because I don't want to scare anyone. Take the back part of the applicator or tweezer, whatever you're using, and I like to touch it like that. Just go through the whole band and just touch down like that. And if you need to go back and push it harder against, you can. You can also use your fingers to kind of push down on the lashes like that, see? And then as they start to dry, you can even take this and kind of push them up like that if you want it to angle a little more. So can you see how it starts off light and then it gets gradually longer, which is drawing attention out to this outside piece of your eye. It is very important that you make sure again that the lash fits your eye, because if you are a little too long, it's gonna hook around and then it's gonna make your eye look droopy. So you have to make sure that it fits your eye well. Now, as this lash band dries, you can see still that there's some white in there. It is important, especially for me, I reuse lashes constantly. I need the glue over time will kind of leave little like gray marks or little light white ones on the band. And so they may look awesome when you put it on, but as soon as you look down or you're talking to someone else, you'll be able to see that glue. So it is very important to either take gel eyeliner brush. I love the Kat Von D tattoo liner for all my liquid liner needs, but especially for this. So now again, I'm going to rest my elbow on a table, or you could rest it on your face. And I'm going to just go over that band lightly and do it in pieces. Don't try to do one fell swoop. It's like a cat eye. No one does it just perfectly in one swoop, you know? Ta-da! Now on this eye that has darker colors on the outside and a lighter one on the inside. Now these are my natural, this is what I'm calling the most natural lashes I have anyway. These are my favorite wispy lashes. Even though these are called demi wispies, it's because they have short and long pieces kind of all over and they're crisscrossy. These ones, the House of Lashes Siren, and it's long and short and long and short and some gappy pieces. Now if you notice, see how it's shorter on the outsides and longer in the middle? That's gonna draw attention to the middle of your eye and give you kind of like that dolly, doe-eyed look. These happen to be a perfect shape or size for my eye too, so I'm not gonna have to cut these, but the more dramatic ones I will get into in the step after this. I will show you how to cut them. So again, if you wanna take your thumb and push them right up close to the lash band, just put some pressure down and pull like that. I'm going to use my tweezers because I have Dragon Lady nails, so it becomes a little more difficult. So I just grab it on the end like that, and then I just pull it up. So on this eye, I'm gonna show you these ones, which is at Georgie Beauty. You can grab it like this, get more surface contact and less pointy, and then you can place it right down like that. We're gonna do the same steps. This time I'm gonna use my Duo Dark because that's my adhesive of choice. To put this on. If you have a latex sensitivity, do not use either one of these glues. You will have, if you've ever noticed you have itchy eyes with some of these glues, it's because they have latex in them. So we do make that liquid. We do make the latex-free one that has some vitamins and conditioning agents for your lashes in it. It is this one that has the green writing on it. All right, now I'm going to go in with the applicator, pick the lashes up off of my table. And this I'm going to pinch like this, the same way. So eyeball where the middle of the lash is, and we want that to line up with the pupil of our eye, okay? And again, it's good to rest your hand on something for some stability. And as soon as you put it on there, you can let it go. And again, I like to touch the back first. No, see where I got some adhesive up there. I'm not used to these tweezers yet. Again, you can take the back of this and press it down. Now obviously these eyelashes are longer, and I have different eye makeup on. So this one is a smokier, more like sultry, dramatic look. These are lashes that I wear every single day for work. I actually would wear these to work too because everyone's used to seeing me with eyelashes, so it's not shocking. But if you have never worn any, I think it's good to start with this and then gradually build up because then it won't be as shocking. Just gonna let this one dry as well. Some people are able to put lashes on with their just fingers. I am not one of those people. The first time you wear a new pair of lashes, that's the most difficult time to get them on. Once you take them off, the very next day, they should be significantly easier to put on because they have now formed to your eye shape. So, since these ones are thinner bands, they're very easy to work with and natural. they're really easy to put on. I don't have to form them. Something like some of these lashes I'll show you guys in a minute, like Mink eyelashes. Remember, the more dramatic the lash, typically the thicker the band, the more difficult it's going to be to put on. I've been wearing eyelashes since college, almost every single day, unless I'm not wearing makeup. Like if I'm wearing makeup, 99% chance that I'm wearing eyelashes. I think I'm pretty experienced with them. There are certain brands, like I have a love-hate relationship with velour. I think the lashes are beautiful. Cutting them to fit your eye without losing a bunch of hairs, and this goes for any Mink lashes, and getting that thick band to sit nicely against your eye and not drive you nuts is a royal pain in the ass. So just be aware of that. I only wear them on special occasions. If Keegan and I are going out for like a date and I'm in really like vampy look or something, otherwise they drive me insane. Okay, so be warned that as I take these off, I'm probably gonna have glue remnants while I'm switching between, and I can't redo my makeup each time. So I'm gonna show you how I take them off. So at the end of the night, I'm all done. You don't wanna get your eyelashes wet because it will clump them together and it just won't let you wear it long. So I take them at the base from the back on my lashes and I pull. Now, it's not like that was on that long, but if you don't wear a crap ton of glue on them, they should come off relatively easy. Now, same thing on this. I'm gonna close my eye semi and I'm just gonna pull this off. Now you can see I do have glue up there, but that's okay. Next step at the end of the night, invest in an eyelash case if you want to wear eyelashes and reuse them. I'm going to link my favorite lashes below, guys. I have 3 brands that I wear all the time: the Cocoa Lashes, Ardell, and House of Lashes. I love all 3 of those brands. I have quite the eyelash collection, I think. Here are the Temptress lashes by House of Lashes. These are one of my favorite styles too, and I consider these every day because they're not overly long. These are like the amped up version of the Demi Wispies. These are just longer than that. So these I'll show you. We recently released these. These are called the Soft Touch Lashes. These are going to be more, sorry, I have my packaging stuff still on here. These are going to be more for everyday, really soft little effects. So it's not going to be too over the top. They're just for really natural days. So I think Ulta might have these. I'll link them below if I can find who's selling them. I don't have any retail accounts. And then we now just released, or these will be released, our most popular lashes are the Wispies, and now they've come up with the double ups. The double ups are basically 2 lashes in one, so the band is going to be thicker. Anything that says double up, if you're a lash novice, avoid. Avoid like the plague, because the band is thicker and it's going to give you more resistance while trying to get it to form to your eye. Picture trying to put on a piece of wire like this and trying to like bend it around your eye while it keeps popping up. It's gonna drive you insane. Kick it up a notch too. These are my all-time favorite lashes. These are drag queen long eyelashes. I mean, they're in your face. You see, since I have hooded eyes, I have a large space, larger than most. The girls that have like really large eyelids, they typically don't have as much space from their lashes to their eyebrow bone. That gives me the possibility of wearing eyelashes that, like these ones I'm going to show you, they practically touch. Now I'm going to show you, I mean, it doesn't necessarily look bad, but on this cat eye, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you wear something that's like those dolly lashes. It doesn't give the same effect. I'm going to line this up with my eye again, put this front piece where your natural lashes start, so you know it's not going to be all the way in the corner. See how much longer these eyelashes are? If I left this, you always want to cut from the back, because if you cut from the front where they start to gradually get longer, all of a sudden it's just going to be bam, a straight shelf of eyelash. So always cut from the back. So I place those down and I see, and for me, I can eyeball it. I go like this. Okay, this one cluster is like 1 panel, 2 panel. So basically I need to cut like 2.5, what I call these little panels. I hold this, I'm like 1, 2. And then we can see that it fits my eye now. And you can keep laying them down. There's a little adhesive on there, so it kind of like, you know, sticks on there from the package. These are my favorite lashes. You can see how long they are though. Now again, I'm going to go on with some glue. I just realized I probably wasn't explaining the placement of it enough. Everybody is different. I like to get mine where they're resting on my eyelashes and then touch touch it as close as you can to the base of where your eyelash is growing out. I'm gonna grab these again. Same deal. I wanna touch the center to the center of my eye. And then take these and just touch them. Corners are so important because if you don't get the corners to sit right, it's going to scratch you every time you blink and it's going to drive you insane. If you can see a difference against the other eyelash that gave me more of a cat, this is almost like the wing kind of disappears a little bit here because it's long, short, long, short, long, short. I feel like cat eyes are really the only one that you have to be more particular about what style lashes you're wearing. This, I can wear anything. I can wear cat eyes, I can wear doll-shaped eyelashes, I can pretty much wear anything. Here are two more of the House of Lashes styles. I hate these lashes. I don't like them at all. This band on this, their premium lashes, are the most uncomfortable, thick things to try to, oh my god, these make me swear. I don't like these at all. These Coco have some more extreme ones like these goddess lashes that I've been wearing a lot in my videos that I really like. But again, this band is a lot thicker. And what I find sometimes is things that may look excellent on camera, like when I'm looking down, personally when I'm looking myself, I can almost like see a gap of where they are, and that is because they are thicker. What a lot of girls will do that you see is they won't wear lashes on top unless they have eyeliner. So if you're having a hard time placing the lash that close to your lash line, even if you don't have a wing, it might be beneficial to take a liquid liner and just draw a line against the top of your lashes like that and then go on with the lash band, so it helps kind of blend that in where you don't see a line. Now on this eye, let's do a more dramatic one. I'm opening all these lashes that I already have open, but I want to show you guys how to put a new pair on, so I'm not just cheating taking the ones out of my container. I love these lashes. They are stunning. Do you see a difference in the thickness of the band though? Let's look. Look at this next to it. Can you tell? Can you see how this one's a lot thinner and this one is so much darker? So again, I want to take these and line it up so I can gauge how much I need to cut off. If you aren't comfortable doing that, House of Lashes, when you order lashes lately, they never used to do this. They sent something called the Lash Ruler, which you can measure the curve of your eye. I mean, they have a few different sizes to see what shape works best for you and kind of mark it off, and then you'll know automatically, so you don't have to hold these up to your eyes. I like doing it like this. I don't like something extra. So let's see. I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut. Always cut a little less than what you think, because you can go back and cut more, but you can't stick back on what you cut off. One time I did that to a pair of my favorite Mink lashes. I cut too much, and then I had to take the extra piece that I cut and put it on the back because it looked ridiculous. I was like, I paid $35 for these, I'm wearing them. So that's gonna fit my eye. Now, with thicker bands like this, here's a few tips I have. You can put it around your finger. Remember, it's gonna be a little sticky because there's adhesive on there from sitting in the tray. Kind of put it on your finger like this and give it a minute, or it's gonna help make it more flexible to put on your eye. You can grab the lash from either side and just kind of roll it back and forth like this. You don't want to do it too hard, because the thicker the band like this, like one time I cracked one right in half and then I had a big, like it was like a hard V. Actually, that was the House of Lashes ones and I was swearing at them. Sometimes on these thicker lashes as well, sometimes there's like an excess piece of the band that sticks out that there's nothing on there for. Cut that off. It is going to take you practice. No one is just great at lashes. I put lashes on for all of my friends, all of my family members. That's like, they're like, yo, Steph, good to see you. Can you put lashes on me? I'm like, damn it. So again, I'm gonna put the glue on the band. What's the most important step we said? Well, besides cutting them, I'm gonna lay it down and give it 45 seconds to get tacky. I'll be right back. Same principle for every lash. Pick them up in the middle, place them down in the middle. It's going to take some repetition of you guys getting used to doing that. Now, see how this band is thicker compared to the other ones I put on? Now, if I try to hold this piece down, see how it's like seesawing? It's pushing it up in the front. Sometimes it's good to hold. Just put your hand on the lashes so it doesn't go crazy. And this is why you have to wait for it to get a little tacky, because otherwise you'll keep going in a seesaw motion trying to get the lash band to stay down. So get one corner down at a time, and sometimes hold your finger there. What did I get, glue on my nail? Hold your finger there so it doesn't pop all the way up and drive you insane. This is more of an intermediate to, I would start to say, getting on what I would call expert band, because they are thicker. But oh, let me quickly tell you how to rewear them. So here's a pair of lashes that I wore, I don't know when, I can't keep track. A lot of people will take the glue off immediately. I don't, just because typically I come home from work, I take my lashes off, I take my makeup off. I don't want to sit here and be bothered with it. So this is actually perfect timing for me. So I have 2 pairs of lashes in my case. I'll take one pair out and you can see where the glue still is. Chunks. I grasp it between my pointer finger and my thumb, and I take some tweezers like this, and I grab the glue pieces and I peel them off, and then I wipe them on this hand right now, or if you have a towel, but it's just easier to go through and peel off the big chunks of glue. Make sure you don't grab the hair and pull it, or you're gonna tear a chunk in your eyelashes. First of all, if you are wearing eyelashes, you have any kind of pink eye, throw them all away. Do not keep them, do not mess with them. I would throw your tube of glue out as well. Anything on your eye, get rid of if you had pink eye. But you can take a Q-tip dipped in some alcohol and make sure it's not soaking wet, and just run it along the lash band if you would like to disinfect them. So you do that. Then it's more important to make sure that you go over the lash band with your liner, because otherwise you'll be able to see little gray pieces in there and it just will look kind of dirty. Now you can see a difference. You know, you're not getting a cat eye. I mean, this is still pretty, I think, but it's not a cat eye shape. It's just kind of like, where this one is more cat eye than this. So this lash would be better on this, and I prefer this kind of lash on this kind of eye. I just wanted to show you the difference. I also have lower lashes. Now, again, for me, I feel like I'm pretty well versed in eyelashes. When I wear these, it's like too much. So Keegan and I were getting ready to go out. Was it on Valentine's Day? It might have been Valentine's Day. And it was recently. And I had my makeup all done and I put some lower lashes on, and it really like made my eye look like bleh. It looked so good. I took a selfie and I was like, ooh, that looks good. And I walked out and I was like, are these too much? Keegan's like, yes. It's the same idea, except for going up like this. Think about it like a flower. You want these to go up and these to go down. So instead of placing it, you know, you just have to make sure that you place it underneath to curve down like that, if that makes any sense. So remember, the most important parts are cutting the lashes to fit your eye from the back of the lash. From the back end, cut them to make sure they fit your eye, and cut in little pieces at a time to ensure that if you hold it back up and it's a little too long, you can go back in and cut some more, but if you accidentally cut too much, it's gonna look crazy. Make sure that you do not bring them all the way into the corner of your eye or it's gonna scratch. Start them where your natural lash starts. Make sure that you give the adhesive about 45 seconds or so to start to dry, to get tacky. Sometimes I'll put the adhesive on, I'll start talking or answering an email, and then I look down, I'm like, crap, they're already dry, and that sucks. So I'll just pick it off, put more glue on, and do it again. Go on when it's too wet, they're gonna slide all over and feel very odd. Start with a natural lash and then work your way up to the more dramatic ones. You can't expect to never wear lashes and then for one special occasion think that you're gonna put on something dramatic and thick like this. They will drive you insane, your eyes will water all night. It's just, it takes practice to work your way up to more dramatic lashes like this. When you wear lashes once a month, I mean, clearly there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. It's going to take you some time to get comfortable doing it. I don't want to put individual lashes on myself because I don't want to have to go through removing them. If you guys have a question more on some of these kind of eyelashes, I can see I do have a I have a few creepy mannequin heads. I can see maybe, I don't know if some of those have eyelids. I can see. I hope you guys found this video useful and I wasn't just too much of a spaz. I don't really feel like I gave a whole lot of information. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.